Okay, by viewer request, a takedown of the Daewoo DP51. I'm going to try to make this as quick and painless as possible, but I got to give you a few pointers up front so we can explain some of the nomenclature and what we're looking at here. Obviously, slide stop, and this is the slide lock notch. Now, on the other side of the gun, above this action bar for the trigger, is a small semicircle, it'll look stainless steel protrusion. That is the other side of this slide stop bar. So you have to push on this to get it to come through, like most standard guns. But the problem is, this is so small and it's semicircle, you really can't put anything on it. You have to use your finger. If you try to use something, something with an edge, a lot of times you won't be able to have the angle and you'll just end up sliding off of it. So pro tip, and so you want to take this, the slide stop notch, which activates, locks your slide back. That notch, you need to bring it over this crossbar in the slide stop. Now, I don't know if you can see it with my fingers. Now, once you holding it over that position, you push up with your finger on the other side, and you're going to have to push unusually hard for what maybe you're used to for other guns, because it's a tight fit, and there's a small detent. There's a small detent right there, and so that's what's causing the friction. And now, also, if you want to, for a reference point, if you want to see how far your slide is over your dust cover, see how how it's just a little bit far back, that's a good witness point too. Then you just go ahead, pull the gun apart, and it's basically the same. So you've got a recoil spring and a guide rod and a barrel. So it's a Browning tilt design, linkless, and but if you're not familiar with that takedown procedure, and you try to use a tool, and you can't exactly see where you need to punch it through, it's going to piss you off. There's just no two ways about it. It's the worst feature of the gun. Now, except maybe the reported inaccuracy. So this, with your recoil spring, the spring goes forward, the bar goes in back. There's a small shelf that sits right here that captures the recoil spring. So then you go ahead and slide it on. Now, I'll try to do this with the camera. So pull it back. Well, this is also going to put you in a trick bag too. So you're going to have to capture the linkless link system to get it started. So like you'll see, if you push beyond, you'll lose your window, right? So this piece, this crossbar, has to go through that to basically create your linkless system, okay? And then you go ahead and bring it all the way back to the slide stop notch at the first position, and you go ahead and push it down, and you're together. So that's safety. There you go. And so that's a DP51. It's also not great to do with a giant cut on your thumb. So I guess I'll go ahead and mention this gun, just because I've seen this in the past, and this was something that was kind of done in the 80s. So this gun is obviously, for the kids that don't know, you've got double action fires, you've got single action, and then you've got a feature where you can push the hammer forward, and you can even have it on safe and push it and push it forward. So push it forward, and it'll fire the gun that way. So it's, you hear that called different things. Some people, single action, double action, triple action. Sometimes you'll hear it as a safe action. And this was kind of a gimmick that went around in the early 90s. There was actually a modification similar to this that was available, I think, from Cylinder and Slide, and you could have your 1911 modified. So if you say, and the big hook with it was, if you were a police officer and your command staff or administration didn't like you walking around in public with a cocked and locked gun, like, excuse me, officer, your gun's cocked, they could get this modification where they could basically push it forward, and it was this triple action, safe action system. And I think on the 1911 version, if I recall, when you drop the safety, I think it actually cocked the gun. So if I recall, but anyway, fun fact, that's where that comes from. It's a gimmick. I mean, I think the modification you could put into a 1911, I'm sure it was fine, but I personally wouldn't want to go from OEM on stuff like that. This gun is OEM from the manufacturer with this feature, so I'm sure it's fine. It's just really a reference gun, or an asterisk in the history of service pistols. It doesn't really bring anything new to the table. So, but anyway, there's your takedown for your DP51. It can be a little frustrating. The trick is this notch, you're probably not going to be able to push it with anything hard. You're going to actually have to push it with your fingers, and that'll go ahead and get you taken apart. If you want to see any more stories or pictures or links of this gun or any other guns like it, please go to our website at John1911.com. That's JOHN1911.com. Remember, it's all about shooting guns and having fun. Everybody, have a good day.